Welcome everyone. We are starting Intro to Music Online Summer 2016. My name is Mary Stupin. I will be your instructor for this course. And I wanted to take this time to help you through Canvas. Honestly, I'm still helping myself, so I'm hoping we're going to get through this together. But I'm going to show you a few things so that you can begin getting around the course easily and quickly. So what I've done is I've come into the course. I'm actually trying to use your student view here, so hopefully this will look familiar to you as you are looking around. From the home page, we're going to go over here on the left and go to modules, but you had to do that before you found me actually, because that's where this video is going to be. So if you'll notice here, I have a beginning module that gives you all of the things that you're going to need to be successful for the opening of the course. Here's your syllabus. Please read that carefully. My policies on the course, I want you to also read that carefully. But what I really want to go to first is buying the text. When you buy the text, you will need to also purchase an access code. It is absolutely necessary. You will be using the publisher's website and you cannot pass the class without it. So you really have to make sure you get total access. Here's some links for you to buy the book if you need to. Also, where to register your access code. You should get an access code when you buy the text, either from the bookstore or from the publisher. However, if you buy from Amazon or an outside rental place, I'm totally fine with that. You just need to make sure you get the total access code with that package. If you do not, there is a place here that you can buy it from the publisher. Okay, so you should have all your bases covered through the Norton site for you to be able to get everything you need, but definitely the bookstore will give you an access code if you buy it through them. This next page is actually the access link for you to get onto the ebook page, which is where you're going to be doing a lot of your work. It's called the digital landing page. So you should be able to set up shop there. And of course you can email me if you have any questions about that. The next page is actually the course timeline. I have this entire course open to you. You can work on anything, anytime you want. However, I do suggest going in order because our timeline, we actually start at the beginning and go through to the modern era. So I would strongly suggest that you go in order. However, if you know you're going to be out of town or if you have something else come up that you need to get done with the schoolwork early, it's open there for you to be able to do it. Each unit is open for 1 week. In some of the videos you'll hear me talk about you have 2 weeks to do work, and a lot of these videos were originally set up for the full-term classes, so keep that in mind that everything here is open for 1 week. As you can see here, Unit 1, June 6th through 12th. Here's your weekly reading, what your tasks are, and you will have a quiz every week. So you can always check this course timeline to make sure that you're current and up to date with all of your assignments. Now, if we scroll down to Unit 1 module, we can actually see what we will be working on. You do have an introductions forum that is in the Start Here module, and you'll want to get to that right away. Even though the due date is June the 12th, you will want to post in there right away so that I know that you've come into the course and you are looking around. The other thing that I ask when you're doing assignments is that all of your discussion forums and when you come down here and you do your found object assignment, part of that assignment will be due on Wednesdays. Okay, so the beginning of your assignment of your discussion posts will always be due on Wednesdays, and the replies will be due on Sundays. As you can see here in the introduction forum, your original post is due June 8th at 11:59 p.m. and your 2 replies are due June 12th. And this goes for all of these communication assignments. The first part of the assignment is always due on a Wednesday, and the second portion is always due on a Sunday. So I'm going to go through a little bit of Units 1 and Unit 2 so that you'll have a clear understanding of what you're going to be doing each and every week. We always start out with the learning objectives. This is what I hope that you will know by the time you get done with the unit, so take a careful look at those. Your reading assignment is here. It's what I really want you to be looking for in your reading assignment and what you need to be doing. I have set up lectures, kind of like the one you're looking at now. For every single unit, there are 2 here. They vary from 2 to 4, each in a 15-minute format. So make sure you look at those and listen to them, because I set it up with PowerPoint and a lot of information about your listening, and we go through a lot of the pieces that you listen to, and I give you some history, just like if you were in an actual class, in a face-to-face class, because I want to try to help you digest this information. So that's probably the best way to get your reading done, is to read it and to listen to me talk about it, and hopefully things will be much clearer after you get some explanation from me. The next thing is I give you a particular piece of music that kind of brings together everything we've been talking about for the week. It's just a featured video, and you're actually not tested on it. It's just something I'd like for you to listen to get a culmination of some of the objectives that I'd like for you to pay careful attention to each week. So it's always something interesting, something that I would show in class. So take a look at it. It's I try to make them interesting and unique for you each and every week. This is your first major discussion forum. What I really want you to do for this discussion, this is actually on the Benjamin Britten piece, Young Person's Guide to the Orchestra. I want you to listen to the Young Person's Guide. You will find it in your text, and I'll show you where that is right now. I'm actually on the digital landing page. Mine looks a little bit different than yours since I'm the instructor. But if I go into the ebook, I think it's chapter 11. And we can see our Young Person's Guide listening guide, if I can find the right page. There it is. Okay, so there's our listening guide number 1. If I actually click on the pink icon, it will take me to the listening guide where I will be able to listen to the piece of music. Now, I'm not going to spend any more time with this because I actually have a tutorial a little bit later that tells you exactly what you need to do to prepare for your first discussion question. Just make sure you're giving me at least 10 sentences, and it is properly cited in APA format, and you've really dug deep and you've found a good, solid answer to the question. But like I said, I go over this very carefully in the tutorial for the listening guide, and discussion question number 1, I actually go into helping you answer that question. So make sure that you look at that video, which is coming up very shortly. So here's that discussion that you will be working on. There is your original post due June 8th. Replies are due by June 12th. And I was going to show you also, there's that tutorial. The final thing that you're going to see in your modules is your quiz, and it's always due on the Sunday, on the last day of the unit. And then some additional resources if you'd like to do more listening or more study for our subject matter. I want to go into Unit 2 so that you know about the inquisitive feature. All of these are set up exactly the same way. We begin with the learning objective. Then we have your reading, followed by your lecture, video lectures, your featured video. Now, you will need to add yourself to a student set, and I do actually have some videos on this also as you get into Unit 2. So this is how I actually am able to grade your inquisitive, which I'm going to show you about right now. So when you get into Norton and you actually start to work on your first inquisitive, I'm going to show you very shortly, it's going to ask you to put in the student number. And so this is our student number, so make sure you put that in the box and you get set up so that I can actually grade your work. Otherwise, I won't be able to see it. So it's really important that you get that number put in there. There's that tutorial for how to do the inquisitive listening quiz. So read that carefully and listen to that carefully, I should say. And here is your actual inquisitive that comes up on the next page. Mine, again, looks a little bit different than yours will because I am the instructor. But I do have a very good video on how to take this quiz. So make sure you take a listen to that. It's going to help you a lot. And then finally, this is your second type of assignment. You're going to have discussion boards and you're going to have something called a found object assignment. The found object assignment is actually visiting the internet, which I know we all do on a regular basis, and coming up with some either song, artifact, idea that goes along with the parameters that I've set, whatever we're studying. So you're going to have at least one media object, a picture, a media link, a song, etc. A minimum of a 10-sentence description to explain to us about the found object. You are going to actually, well, of course, cite your source. You're actually going to put it in an assignment, which is the next page over. You just copy and paste it, and I will be grading that. That's going to be worth 50 points. And then once you're done sending it to me, you're actually going to do a discussion board about it. And here I put up my contribution that you all can reply to if you want. So you'll be adding your contribution so everyone in the class can see it, and you'll be posting 2 replies to other students about what you've seen, referencing the topic. Give me some good quality sentences there. And you'll want 5 sentences, 2 replies, or per reply, so 10 sentences total, minimum, and those will be due by that following Sunday. In this case, it's going to be June the 19th is when the replies are due. But the page, the found object page, is going to be due on that first Wednesday night. And then, of course, the last thing, again, is your chapters quiz. You only get to take it one time, so make sure that you're ready before you begin. It's just strictly based on the reading. It's 10 questions, true, false, multiple choice. If you did the reading and you listened to my video lectures, you should be able to pass it, no problem. And then finally, we have our additional resources there. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of a guide through what I need for you to be doing. Everything that I do in this class is set up through the modules. It's going to give you due dates. The only due dates that are not over here on the right are the inquisitives because they come through the publisher and I wasn't able to set it up in the gradebook. I will have to set up a separate chart there in the gradebook. So you can see your first inquisitive is going to be due June 19th and it's worth 100 points. So just be aware of that also. So all of the modules are open here for you. Like I said, you can work ahead if you want to, but I do strongly suggest going in order. I want to go back into the student view, your view, one more time just to show you what's over here on the left. Your syllabus is actually not what you think. This is a scrolling order of all of your assignments and when they are due. The only thing that's not on there is the inquisitive because it doesn't go through the school, it goes through the publisher site. So here I have all those due dates listed for you there. There's your modules. Your actual syllabus is located in the Start Here module, so you can read that as often as you would like. Your grades are here. You can view those anytime. They'll be your out of how many points and what your actual score is. So hopefully you'll be able to see that on your own page. These next tabs, software needs, student services, online tutoring, and library, those all direct you to the COD website. So what we need for this class are the home page where you can view announcements, the syllabus page where you can get all of the orders of all of your assignments, your modules page where you're actually doing your work, and your grades page. If you need to get in touch with me, just make sure that you send me an email anytime, and I am happy to get back to you within 1 to 2 days. Welcome, everybody.